The M242 Bushmaster is a 25 mm, 25 x 137 mm, chain-driven autocannon. It is used extensively by the U.S. military, as well as by NATO's and some other nations' forces in ground combat vehicles, such as the Bradley fighting vehicle and various watercraft. Originally the weapon was designed and manufactured by Hughes Ordnance in Culver City, California, which was acquired by McDonnell Douglas, later acquired by the Boeing Corporation. However, it is now produced by Orbital ATK of Mesa, Arizona. It is an externally powered, chain-driven, single-barrel weapon which may be fired in semi-automatic, burst, or automatic modes. It is fed by a metallic link belt and has dual feed capability. The term chain gun derives from the use of a roller chain that drives the bolt back and forth. The gun can destroy lightly armored vehicles and aerial targets, such as helicopters and slow-flying aircraft. It can also suppress enemy positions such as exposed troops, dug-in positions, and occupied built-up areas. The standard rate of fire is 200 rounds per minute. The weapon has an effective range of 3,000 meters, 9,800 feet, depending on the type of ammunition used. With over 10,000 units sold worldwide, it is one of the most successful modern autocannons. History. The Bushmaster project started as an offshoot of the U.S. Army's MICV-65 program that was attempting to introduce a new infantry fighting vehicle to replace their existing M113. Part of this program called for a new scout vehicle to replace the M114, a parallel development taking place under the XM800 Armored Reconnaissance Scout Vehicle. Both the XM800 and the cavalry version of the XM701 MICV vehicles were armed with the M139, a US-built version of the Hispano-Suiza HS.8 20 mm autocannon. During the testing phase, the Army eventually rejected the XM701 and started work on a newer design known as the XM723. Soon after, the XM800 was also rejected. This led to the combination of the two programs, moving the scout role to the cavalry version of the XM723. At the same time, the M139 proved to be disappointing and a contract for a new weapon to replace it started as a competitive development in 1972, simultaneously at Ford Aeroneutronic Division, self-powered weapon, and Hughes Helicopters Ordnance Division, externally powered, under the Summa Corporation as the Vehicle Rapid Fire Weapons System Successor, or VRFWSS. This was essentially a power-driven gun firing similar 20 mm ammunition as the HS.8 20. The power-driven mechanism would ensure operation even in the case of a misfire. Progress on the VRFWSS was slow, and eventually resulted in a switch to a much more powerful 25 mm round. Similar delays in the MICV program meant the ultimate vehicles descending from their efforts. The M2/M3 Bradley fighting vehicle did not enter production until 1981, by which point the Bushmaster had matured. Since 1990, there have been several enhancements made upon the weapon, resulting in the enhanced 25 mm gun. To date, more than 10,500 weapons are in service. One of the major reasons for this popularity is the extremely reliable nature of the weapon. It has a rating of 22,000 mean rounds between failure, MRBF, much higher than many comparable devices. Description. Unlike most automatic firearms, the M242 does not depend on gas or recoil to actuate its firing system. Instead, it uses a 1 HP, 0.75 kilowatts, DC motor, positioned in the receiver to drive the chain and dual feed system. This system uses sprockets and extractor grooves to feed, load, fire, extract, and eject rounds. A system of clutches provides for an alternate sprocket to engage and thus allows the gunner to switch between armor-piercing and high-explosive rounds. The weapon assembly consists of three parts: the barrel assembly, the feeder assembly, and the receiver assembly. The three-part structure makes it possible for a two-person team to install or remove the system, under ideal conditions, despite its considerable total weight. The M242 weapon system has both electrical and manual fire control and can be operated electrically or manually. In doing so, the gunner can choose from three rates of fire: 1, single-shot semi-automatic, in which the gunner can shoot as fast as the trigger can be operated, limited only by the electrical drive speed, it cannot be fired faster than high rate. 2. Low-rate fully automatic, in which the weapon fires 100 rounds a minute, plus or minus 25 rounds, and 3. High-rate fully automatic, in which the weapon fires 200 rounds a minute, plus or minus 25 rounds. Ammunition. A wide range of ammunition has been developed for this weapon, providing it with the capability to defeat the majority of armored vehicles it is likely to encounter, up to and including some light tanks. The ammunition used in the M242 may also be used in a variety of weapons such as the Gau-12 equalizer, the French JIT M811, or the Swiss Oerlikon KBA weapon system. It has the capability to fire US-manufactured ammunition as well as the NATO equivalents thereof. Primarily though, it fires 6 types of rounds: the M791, M792, M793, M910, MK210, and M919. M791 armor-piercing discarding sabot with tracer. 5.7 million rounds produced. The APDST penetrates lightly armored vehicles, self-propelled artillery, and aerial targets such as helicopters and various slow-moving, fixed-wing aircraft. M792 high explosive incendiary with tracer and self-destruct. 5.5 million rounds produced. The HEIT can destroy unarmored vehicles and helicopters and suppress anti-tank missile positions and enemy squads out to a maximum effective range of 2,200 meters. M793 target practice with tracer. 11.5 million rounds produced. The TPT cartridge is a fixed-type, percussion-primed training round that matches the high-explosive incendiary with tracer, HEIT M792, round ballistically. The TPT's tracer is visible out to 2,000 meters, however, the round has a maximum effective range, accuracy limited, of 1,600 meters. M910 target practice discarding sabot with tracer. The TPDST replicates the flight pattern of the M791 armor-piercing discarding sabot with tracer, APDST, round. The TPDST allows units to realistically practice sabot engagements. MK210 high explosive incendiary with tracer. 228,000 rounds produced. Used by the U.S. Navy in their Mk38 naval weapon system. M919 armor-piercing, fin-stabilized discarding sabot with tracer. The APFSDST round penetrates light armored vehicles, self-propelled artillery, and aerial targets, which includes helicopters and slow-moving fixed-wing aircraft. The dart is made of depleted uranium. Variations. The M242 is currently in use by the United States Army, Navy, Marine Corps, and Coast Guard, the New Zealand Army, Royal New Zealand Navy, the Norwegian Army, the Spanish Army, the Sri Lanka Navy, the Swiss Army, the Canadian Army, the Australian Army and the Royal Australian Navy, the Israeli Navy, Philippine Navy, the Singapore Army and Republic of Singapore Navy, as well as several others. The wide usage results in several variations and modifications on the standard M242 weapon system. Ground vehicles. The M242 is standard equipment on the U.S. Army M2 and M3 Bradley fighting vehicles. It is also in use on the LAV-25. Before the project was cancelled, the Mk44 Bushmaster 230mm chain gun, a successor to the M242, was used on the Marine Corps' Expeditionary Fighting Vehicle, EFV. The M242 is also a popular choice of primary armament for armored fighting vehicles manufactured around the world, such as Singapore's Bionics AFVs and as the Rafael OWS-25 mounted on upgraded M113A2 Ultra IFVs. Enhanced 25mm gun. Work on an upgraded weapon began in 1990. In doing so, all 3 major systems and 7 minor systems were improved. The modifications began with introducing a chrome-lined barrel, an enhanced feeder, and an enhanced receiver. The weapon systems also received minor upgrades such as quick detachable link covers, a larger breech assembly, a high-efficiency muzzle brake, longer recoil, an integral round counter, an extended life firing pin and spring, and a triple spring drive clutch. It was first put to use on the M2A3 Bradley, the fourth version of the M2 Bradley fighting vehicle. Naval. In 1977, the U.S. Navy realized that it needed a replacement for the Oerlikon 20mm Mk16 series of guns. In 1986, this requirement was satisfied with the introduction of the Mk38 Mod 0 weapons system. A derivative of the M242 system, the Mk38 consists of the M242 chain gun and the Mk88 Mod 0 machine gun mount. It provides ships with defensive and offensive gunfire capability for the engagement of a variety of surface targets. Designed primarily as a close-range defensive measure, it provides protection against patrol boats, floating mines, and various shore-based targets. Mk38 Mod 2. Recently, several U.S. Navy platforms have been outfitted with a newer version, the Typhoon weapon system designated Mk38 Mod 2, which is remotely operated and includes an electronic optical sight, laser rangefinder, FLIR, and a more reliable feeding system, enhancing the weapon system's capabilities and accuracy. In 2006, the Sri Lanka Navy added the M242 to its fleet of fast attack craft. The system is also in use by the Republic of Singapore Navy's Formidable class frigates and Endurance class landing platform dock ships, and were deployed as part of coalition forces' port security efforts in Iraq as well as anti-piracy roles in the Gulf of Aden. Aside from that, the Singapore Police Coast Guard's new Coastal Patrol Craft, NCPC, has adopted the system as its main armament. B and Boeing teamed together after a March 2011 contract to add a directed energy weapon to the Mk38 Mod 2 gun mount known American Samoa, the Mk38 Mod 2 tactical laser system. The TLS combines a Boeing-designed solid-state laser with the existing B-manufactured Mk38 mount to deliver high-precision accuracy against fast surface and air threats including speedboats and unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs. Laser power levels can be adjusted depending on the target and mission objectives. Originally, the system was armed with a 10 kW laser, but in April 2017 B announced they had increased power to 60 kW. Mk38 Mod 3. In April 2012, B unveiled the Mk38 Mod 3 version of the system mount, developed in collaboration with Rafael Advanced Defense Systems. It is visually distinctive from previous versions with its stealthy housing, which also protects the gun from weather and allows for easier access to internal components through large access panels. The Mod 3 mounts a larger Alliant Tech Systems Mk44 Bushmaster 230mm cannon for a 500-meter range increase, as well as a coaxial M2.50 caliber machine gun. Elevation is increased to plus 75 degrees for engaging UAVs and helicopters, and ammunition storage is greater at 420 30mm rounds. Other features include a larger manual fire control panel, an offset mode specifically for firing warning shots, and a surveillance mode where the gun can be pointed away from a target but the EO sensor remains pointed in the target direction. Although it has a high degree of commonality and has the same footprint as previous models, the Mod 3 is 20% heavier due to greater ammo load. Operators. Current operators. Australia. Army, Aslav 25. Navy, Armidale-class patrol boats, Hobart-class destroyers. Canada. Army, Coyote reconnaissance vehicle, LAV-3 APC. Navy, Harry Dewulf-class offshore patrol vessel. Georgia. Coast Guard, Island-class patrol boat. Israel. Navy, Super Devora Mk3 class patrol boat, Sheldog class fast patrol boat. Malaysia. Army, ACV 300 IFV. New Zealand. Army, Enslav. Navy, HMNZS Canterbury multi-role vessel and Protector class offshore patrol vessels. Norway. Philippines. Army, GKN Simba AIFV, M113 APC. Navy, Gregorio del Pilar class frigates, Jacinto class corvette, Mariano Alvarez class coastal patrol vessel, and Jose Andrade class patrol craft. Singapore. Army, Bionics 25, M242 Ultra IFV. Navy, Endurance Class Landing Platform Dock, Formidable Class Frigate. Spain. Army, VECM-1. Navy, BAM. Sri Lanka. Switzerland. Turkey. United States. Army, M2/M3 Bradley. Navy, Mk38 Mod 0, Mk38 Mod 2 and Mk38 Mod 3 Arleigh Burke class destroyer, Ticonderoga class cruiser, Oliver Hazard Perry class frigate, Wasp class amphibious assault ship, Tarawa class amphibious assault ship, Whidbey Island class dock landing ship, Harper's Ferry class dock landing ship, Austin class amphibious transport dock, Blue Ridge class command ship, Cyclone class patrol ship, Mark the 6th patrol boat. Marine Corps, LAV 25. Coast Guard, Mk38 Mod 0 and Mk38 Mod 2 Hamilton class cutter, Sentinel class cutter, Island class cutter, Usk Alex Haley, Future Heritage class cutter. Type chain gun. Place of origin United States. Service history. In service 1972 present. Used by sea operators. Production history. Designer McDonnell Douglas. Manufacturer Alliant Tech Systems. No build 10,500 plus. Specifications. Weight 119 kilograms, 262 pounds. Length 2527 millimeters, 99.5 in. Barrel length overall, 2672 mm, 105.2 in. Bore, 2175 mm, 85.6 in. Width 318 mm, 12.5 in. Height 373 mm, 14.7 in. Shell 25 x 137 mm. Caliber 25 mm, 0.98 in. Caliber. Barrels single barrel, progressive RH parabolic twist. Rate of fire cyclic, 200 rpm with 1 HP or 500 rpm with 8 HP. Muzzle velocity 1100 meters per second, 3600 feet/s. Effective firing range 3000 meters, 9800 feet. Maximum firing range 6800 meters, 22,300 feet.
Please subscribe and thanks for watching.